What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of Yugioh Character Profiles. This week we're doing the original series and we're doing Zorc Necrophades. So in the English he's known as Zorc the Dark One. In the Japanese he's known as Zorc Necrophades. His age, well, if you're asking the Japanese or the Funimation dub, then he's about 3,000 plus years old. Whereas if you're going with the 4Kids dub, well, he's 5,000 plus years old. His anime debut was in Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode 204, Making of a Magician. And here are his... oh wait, he never dueled. Seems like they missed out a bit there. Zorc is a massive demon from Yu-Gi-Oh! Who is the source of all the shadow magic used in the series. The control over shadow magic made him the main antagonist in the Pharaoh's Memories arc of Yu-Gi-Oh! He is so strong he is referred to as the Great Evil God that was created from the darkness of people's hearts. It was in fact his shadow power that was responsible for the creation of the Millennium items. And it's worth mentioning that if you watch the dub, he was also the one who created the Shadow Realm as well. Appearance wise, Zorc has dark muscular purple flesh, 2 large wings on his back, small piercing eyes and horns around his face. His most prominent feature is his tail that leads to his crotch, which then protrudes out, looking almost like a snaky dragon face. And if you think this thing kind of looks a little bit like his thing, then don't worry, you weren't the only one. The dub thought so too, and as such, he was edited so that his 2-eyed snake emerged out of his chest instead. In the manga, he was instead changed so that the snake coiled around his body instead. There's a funny story to this though. Fun fact, the creator of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, Kazuki Takahashi, was actually ill whilst he was writing the Pharaoh's Memory arc. He even ended up in hospital, struggling to keep his Yu-Gi-Oh! Deadlines. Reluctantly, he was forced to cut Ancient Kaiba's and Kasara's backstory. This is something that he regretted, as it would have explained the relationship between Seto Kaiba and the Blue Eyes White Dragon even further. At the same time as this, he also created the design of Zorc Necrophades. In an interview, he joked that Zorc's unusual design was a result of his extreme grogginess due to his illness. So there you go, that's why Zorc has a funny body. Bit of backstory on the character. Zorc existed in a time long before the creation of the Millennium items. Being born from the darkness in people's hearts, he exists as a walking amalgamation of all the evil in the world, with a single desire: the total and absolute annihilation of all life on Earth. Zorc entered the Yu-Gi-Oh! Story when Priest Seto's father, Akhenaten, created the 7 Millennium items in a crypt under Kul El-Nar. He created the items to protect his brother, the Pharaoh's land. The price for creating such dark items was steep. 99 human souls were sacrificed in order to create them. This atrocity brought forth Zorc, who infused a shard of his soul within both Akhenaten and the Millennium Ring, though he was unable to revive thanks to the efforts of Akhenaten. In fact, if you would like to know more on why the Millennium items were created, then I actually have a video explaining all that right here. Without getting back on track, it wasn't until Bandit King Bakura, the only survivor of the Kul El-Nar massacre, united all 7 of the Millennium items together and sacrificed himself, could Zorc be truly revived into the physical realm. Immediately upon his resurrection, Zorc pursued his goal of world annihilation. However, he was stopped by Pharaoh Atem, who sacrificed his own life by sealing himself and Zorc within the Millennium puzzle. However, unbeknownst to everyone was the fact that Zorc had sealed a portion of his own soul inside the Millennium Ring, but so had Thief King Bakura. With the 2 souls being entangled within the necklace, they merged, creating the modern day Yami Bakura. After this, the events of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series begin to take place. Zorc would emerge again in the story, however, he was defeated by Atem again, who fused the 3 Egyptian gods together to create the creator of light, Horikothi, the true ultimate god. And since he had been destroyed in the Ultimate Shadow game, both Zorc and Yami Bakura died for good. Or they were sent to the Shadow Realm if you're a dub watcher, and they were never to be seen or heard from again. Well, until the Dark Side of Dimensions movie, when the ring kind of starts acting up again due to Yami Bakura's influence. But that's a whole lot of kind of worms. Ignore that. And since Zorc never dueled, he has no deck. So with that, I'm gonna give a shout out to my big Patreon supporters: Light, J24092, CBCBCBCB, Matthew Braithwaite, the Gengar King, Barrett Jackson Daly, Chung Ming Zen, and David Shanahan. Thank you to all you guys and to everybody else that support me on Patreon. If you too would like to be a Patreon supporter and be entered into a giveaway, then follow the link here. But other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching. Catch you later.